Hello and welcome back to the Reapers.
And on that note, we're going to kick right into the briefing of this mission. So it's the end of our campaign, and I hope you've had a good time watching the campaign. We've certainly had a good time doing it and killing each other and stuff, but it's now the end of the campaign, and before we go into the briefing, I've got to do my thanks. My apologies to hold everyone up. This is the thanks for the last week or so. Our latest Patreon, Watsy Swank, that's a great name, Rotsy Swank, Watsy Swank, PayPal, Bob Rowbottom, another excellent name, thank you very much. Ken Gillespie, new Patreon, thank you very much. Mark Kennedy, new Patreon, thank you very much.
Hello.
Johannes Cornelius Preticius Peters, awesome name, even better than the previous. PayPal, thank you very much. And Doug Wilkinson, PayPal, very much. Thank you very much. We've got some skins to be made. In fact, I'm about 6 skins behind at the moment because I can't seem to find any time. If anyone out there wants to help me with the skins, that will be much appreciated. You don't have to do them from scratch. All we do is pinch other people's and add a label and a logo. Many thanks for that. That's my legal stipulations done. On with the mission. So, if you remember, right at the beginning of the campaign, we had a pop at the red base, the ESF base. We failed miserably. ESF wiped us out, all 20-something planes. So, to finish off this campaign, why not have another pop at it? Try and get rid of them off this island complex. So, and this time we think we're going to succeed. So, we are starting at our island. We're ferrying it across the sea to our IP base, as you can see here. Once we're there, we're going to arm up, fuel up, and head 80 nautical miles south. Notice the orientation of the map, everyone. North on the main map is to the right, so I've had to turn it right to fit in. We're going to head down and basically destroy their base. Our main targets are runway ×2. After that, apron with lots of aeroplanes. After that, any targets of opportunity. Once we've destroyed them, which we will do, we'll head back to IP base for crumpet and cherry tart. Let's go over the rules. Gonna go Red's rules first so we can get rid of them and start planning. Red rules, as usual, you have infinite lives, so if you die you can just come back again and start again, and that's very annoying, yes. You have to stay south of the dotted line. In our ferry we will be north of the line all the time. If for any reason one of us diverges below the line at any point, including the ferry, you may shoot us. We should be absolutely nowhere near that line. If someone's stupid enough to go by that line, come and shoot us. Other than that, Reds, it's as simple as that. You're allowed to GCI. He's not allowed to cheat GCI. He has to be sitting in a plane, so he's not cheating. Okay, Reds, I think that's everything you need. Give me a shout if you need anything. Otherwise, piss off now, please. Now we're on to the blue planning, and it's obscenely large. Can someone do a person count? That's 4 times 4, 16.
We had 37 including red.
We've got 37 just on the sheet so far, so that's probably, let's say we've got 40 guys essentially, which is absolutely ridiculous, but it's a Saturday, so we're going to have fun and we're going to do it. Organising this. Right, here's my idea for me, and I'm all that matters. How I volunteer, and this will help my camera as well, I volunteer once we're at the IP base. As soon as you guys will land in the IP base, I fucking belt off towards the hostile base in an F-15, Angels 50, Mach 2.5, strip down a couple of sidewinders only, and take out the AWAC. Has anyone got a problem with that?
I'd probably take a whole flight when we've got the aircraft to spare.
Let's do the same thing, but bring AMRAAMs instead. So
right, let's get an AWACS flight, guys. Let's get an AWACS flight. So I'm not going to talk about how we're going to do that, because I've got an idea. Because I couldn't sleep last night, I've got an idea of how we're going to do it. I planned it last night. I'll just talk that with my boys in private. Right, for the rest of you, have we got any ideas of how the heck we're going to do this, or cap?
So AWACS has got to be taken out, as you say, priority. Then the next thing that needs to happen is we need a fighter sweep to ensure that there's no, hostile mirages in the air, so we can get our seed guys and then the Kazin.
Can I say the problem of
what? Armada.
It's a good idea to learn from our problem last time. Our problem was we had a lovely bunch of cap last time, a good old boys, and we went in. Problem is the mirages were tucked away in the mountains, and so they sucked us in. And usually, if it was just a normal mission, we wouldn't get sucked in. We would turn away and bugger off because it's a death trap. The problem is we had to get sucked in because the A10s and whatnot were getting destroyed. So, if we're going to do cap, I'd say they've got to go quite far out front, so they don't be forced to get sucked in.
Yeah, I think there needs to be a big gap between the fighter sweep and the close air support, and the fighter suit needs to be high, because then they can look down on the mirages, and the mirages Fox 1s are not so great at low altitude firing up.
Next you've got Cass of Buick and Hammer, all AV8. I almost said yep, no, that's fine. So we've got Warthogs and Harriers. What do you reckon, Blood? Pincer out one group left, one group right?
Yeah, it was the same plan we did last time, but it should, yeah, it'll work.
So one problem that happened last time, I mean, splitting up is great because it really confuses the enemy. What happened last time is one of the teams refuses to follow orders and went the same way as another team, making it really easy for the hostiles to kill them. So do your job this time, do what we say. So we'll have...
I think what we need to do is we do this pincer, but rather than converging on the base through the mountains, they get out to sea and then turn around back onto the base. Because at sea, the Mirages don't have an advantage. RF-15s can pick them out more easily.
Roger that. How about what about the SAMs then, though? Because they'll pick anyone out to sea off.
That's what the Frogfoots are going to have to do.
I was going to say...
they're short-range SAMs, so they just hang around out to sea.
One thing, the Mirages, we get them at high altitude, they won't see anybody in the thing.
I can guarantee now
you can move the antenna up.
Listen, guys, I can guarantee they're all really experienced pilots, more experienced than us, and none of them will get sucked into going high. They'll all stay low, and that's how they'll win it. But they'll stay low, they'll pick off all the Harriers down low. They're not stupid, and they won't come up and fight us. Guaranteed. Just saying. That's my...
I think we should cover both.
Well, if they stay low, then we just go over them.
Cap has a suggestion.
But we have to watch them below us. We need some guys on the ground too, so that they can't just sneak past and fuck us.
Why don't we send the Warthogs low to the ground and then the Harriers come up?
The Warthogs can presumably drop bombs from 30,000 feet using all the laser guided shenanigans. So A-10s go up high and just drop the bombs from there.
Roger.
Go over the SAMs.
Good idea, I like it. And you'll have cap cover up there. We can't cover you down low. We found that out last time, it's too hard. We can cover you up high. We get great coverage up high.
So everybody up at 30k, easy.
Which sucks for the Vigans.
Vigans are going at low altitude, but
30k, that's no problem.
if their Mirages spend all their time hunting Vigans, and even if they kill them all, that means everything else gets through. So
Roger. Cool.
Great cannon for them.
What's Spear's a trajectory? Which way are they going? So just so that I know. Trash.
Trash, you're now the leader of Spear.
Are you going down middle, or are you going right, or are you going left?
I'm thinking about it. I'm going left and then cut right into Sochiatla from about the beam.
Okay, Trash, just bear in mind they'll know exactly where you're headed. When you're on your side of the mountains, the AWACS will be able to see you. If it hasn't been taken out, that is. We do a fighter sweep, and the close air support comes about a minute behind. Because if you have too many aircraft, Red has a massive advantage, and they can just pick out anybody, and they're pretty confident it's a hostile.
I've moved Taz to the bottom of Hammer. Your leader is now Gunzillo, Taz. Make sure you sort that out. Static is now into Spear. Your leader is Trash. We've got some Lancer and Rapier are kind of some one-off people, and I know Zoidberg's pretty shit hot. We could have them as wild cards if you want, which aren't following the any plan. They're just in weird places, and that's good. I like that. They'll upset Mirage.
Merge together. There's only 4 of them. They should just merge.
No, Cap. Can we hold them back at the airbase, because inevitably the Cap will probably run out of ammunition or fuel. So I can, as a DCI, send them up and plug the crucial gaps. Yeah,
that's ready 5. Good.
Okay, Lance Rapier, you are reserve Cap. You will not take off with the rest of us. You will be taken off later as reserve. Cutlass, are you guys just going to sort yourselves out, Cutlass? Spider?
Yep.
You know what you're doing, don't you?
Yep.
Okay, Ed, does anyone, now this is team leaders I'm talking about, does any team leader not know what their job is or where they're going?
Where do you want Puke to go?
What's my primary target?
Take runways and taxiways out. So any long stretch of tarmac they could potentially take off on, put a bomb in it.
Actually killing the Mirages doesn't actually do a lot of good, because as soon as you kill it, they're airborne in 30 seconds again because they can respawn. The best thing we can do to neutralise that threat is to make it hard for them to take off by bombing where we just talked about. Okay.
Roger.
Sword, start engines.
Sword, report ready status.
Sword, ready.
Sword, taxi and hold runway 04.
Sword, taxi and hold runway 04.
Sabre, line up and wait runway 04.
We're going. Tower Sword requesting permission to take runway.
Sword, line up and wait behind Sabre flight.
Sword, line up and wait behind Sabre.
Roger, Cutlass flight, hold. Confirm, hold. Rapier report, ready status. We got it right. Rapier, taxi and hold runway 04.
Okay, welcome back. We've got to the runway. In fact, the flight is so big and ridiculous that we're going to have to take off in stages. So this is Fast Mover Stage 1. And we are ready to go. We're going to take off. We're going to ferry to the IP base where we're going to set up our final attack back over to ATC for clearance.
Sabre, you're clear for takeoff. Sabre flight cleared for takeoff.
Sword, run him up and hold.
Roger.
Sword, gate on 3, 2, 1, go.
+1, rolling.
Okay.
Yeah, on one,
Sword rotate.
2. Dr. Zoidberg, you're clear for takeoff. Aircraft, run. Dragonfly, you're clear.
Let me know when you pull off the burner. There you go.
Sorry, I'm not using this plane anymore.
Roger, Dragonfly, clear for takeoff.
Gonna burn up there.
Roger.
Flight taxi to hold runway 04. Keyger, you're clear for takeoff.
Hammer flight taxi, runway 04.
Cap taking echelon right off grey face.
Flight, you're clear to fly off and make up. So flight clear to take off.
Roger, Cap, I'll go off the rep.
Hammer flight hold. Buick taxi.
Hammer flight hold.
Line up. Buick, line up and wait, runway 04.
Line up and wait to runway 04, Buick.
Hammer, you're clear to line up and wait, runway 04 after Buick.
Overlord, Cutlass Fight holding short of Beacon Flight.
Quieters. Phantom, exit your aircraft and get a new one.
Meanwhile, our formation looks great.
Hammer lead, can you please get Hammer 4 to leave his aircraft and acquire a new one? Sphere flight taxi round A10.
Spear flight.
Signore, can you back off slightly and just check our distance to Maycock, please?
Roger that.
Set some pull.
Just be a flight. This is safe. Lead. I'm going to drop tanks.
45 miles, bearing 93. 093.
Roger. Overlord, Sword requesting permission to burn ahead and land to set the camera up at Maycock.
Roger, Sword, permission granted.
Burn in 3,
Spear,
2, 1, burn.
Cleared for take of Spear.
What the hell, Cap, that was close.
Tower, Rapier 2, permission taxi active, over.
Rapier 2, line up and wait behind the problems.
Decker 2, align and wait.
2, can you see the runway ahead?
You're cleared for takeoff. Sword, you're cleared for base leg join on runway 22 left hand.
Base leg drone, runway 22 left hand, Spear. Sword.
All aircraft, make sure you call finals.
Alright, Cap, pulling throttle back.
Runway 22 left hand.
Roger.
Cleared for join runway.
Gear down.
Dagger flight,
Get down.
join overhead, runway 22 left hand.
Tower, Sword, now entering final runway 22, get down, full stop.
Will comply.
Sword, cleared to land.
Clear to land. V-min, 170 knots.
Alright,
V-min.
clear finals.
There you are, on the left. I got you, I'll take the right.
Roger. Good job, good job. Slight braking.
I'm down. I don't know why I bounced so much.
Tower, Sword have exited runway.
Saber flight, you're cleared to land.
Sabre, cleared to land, runway 22.
Welcome in, Saber.
Kirk, cleared to land. Nicholas Whitey, cleared to land.
Kirk copies.
F-15 that's in trouble.
Going around.
F-15 that's in trouble, go around.
Spear, cleared to join overhead, runway 22 left hand, report conditions.
F-15 pull up, you're going to land on the grass, you're going to land on the grass.
Join overhead for left hand 22 initial snap.
Fucking hell.
Ignitus, cleared to land.
Rapier flight on final runway 22.
Rapier flight, cleared to land.
All units cap, only do formation flight landings if you're experienced with it.
I got two leaving runway. Not landing there, get into the downwind leg.
Good landings, you two.
Cutlass flight, cleared to join overhead, runway 22 left hand, report initials.
Cutlass cleared for landing and report initials.
Negative Cutlass, you're not cleared to land, you're cleared to join overhead, runway 22 left hand, report initials.
Cutlass, join pattern, Cutlass flight entering base.
Negative, Cutlass Flight, you need to join on the dead side and join overhead.
Join overhead.
That was a good one.
Cutlass Flight.
Must have been trash.
Make up Spear 2 on finals to land.
Tower Buick turned on final.
Lock on, you need to be joining on the dead side of the runway. Static, clear to land. Static, clear land.
1 out of 2 so far, survived. Nice.
Stahl, clear to land.
Clear to land, Strahl.
Tower Buick on final for runway 22 full stop.
You continue approach. Are you intending to do a formation landing?
Negative. Overlord, Cutlass Flight established downwind.
Static runway vacated.
Spear Flight, runway vacated.
Buick 3, continue approach.
Continue approach, Buick 3.
Cutlass 4, continue approach.
Copy.
Cutlass 2, down the plane. Cutlass 4. Say again, Cutlass 4, go around. Shifty, go around. Copy, Cutlass 4 going around.
Cutlass 4 going around.
Tower, Cutlass 2, finals. Cutlass 2, cleared to land. Chimera, turn left, bearing 276.
How not to land, Harry?
I was thinking the same thing.
Well, he made it down.
Cutlass 2, passing threshold.
Tower, Hammer 3, Tony's on final, 10 miles out for runway 22.
Tony, continue approach. Shifty, clear to land.
Clear to land, Shifty.
Chimera, left turn onto long finals, runway 22. Nicholas Whitey, go around.
Say again for Nicholas.
Nicholas Whitey, go around. Correction, continue bearing 038.
Tower, Hammer 3, clear the runway.
Power 6 cleared to turn on to final. Gonzalo cleared to land. Taz, continue approach.
Tower Tower, Nicholas, request join downwind.
Nicholas, clear to join downwind.
Nicholas.
Tower, Hatsu, on downwind.
Tower, heavily clear runway.
3, request join overhead.
Say again, previous caller.
Tower, Cutlass 3, request join overhead.
Oh, I can't really talk. I was shit at one time. But at the same time, I think I got my act together pretty quickly.
He's done it again, he's crashed again.
I think so. Oh god.
Oh, no he hasn't. No he hasn't. Not yet. Stand by.
Tower, Dragon, gear down, full stop.
I didn't watch that. Is he coming in too fast?
Yeah, he's fucking trying to land at 300 miles an hour. Anyway, he just made it.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw just the end of it and I could still tell he was fast. Then he turned too sharp.
SU-25 on final. Cap, you do not have your gear down. SU-25 on final, put your gear down, last chance.
Gear down, plane.
Looks like a belly landing.
No! Dragon, gear down!
Go around.
Belly!
Graphics bug.
That was a belly, it wasn't a graphics lag, he did forget to put his gear down, look, belly. Okay, we've all got down, our 30 or so aircraft are down. We are now split into our groups, rearming, refueling and about to head off. On that note, Tower, request permission for Sword to get airborne and on target.
Roger, Sword, take off, cleared for takeoff runway 22 and you're cleared to proceed to your target.
Sword, take off runway 22 on target. Going.